Hello again, geometers. All right, today we are going to define one last thing and then talk about angle addition. So the first, we are on page 6 now at the very top. We want to define one thing. It's called an angle bisector. So if you remember when we talked about segment bisector, that split the segment in half. So an angle bisector is a ray that divides the angle into two congruent angles. It splits it in half. A ray that divides an angle into two congruent angles. And remember when we talked about congruent segments, we used the little tick marks like that to say these two segments are congruent. We have a similar symbol for angles. So let's draw an angle over here. Let's call that A, B, C. If we draw a ray like this, and we put a point here, I would say BD is an angle bisector. And the way we would show that is we would use little arcs. So these is what we use for angles. They're the same meaning as these tick marks. So if angle A, the measure of angle ABD is 30 degrees, that means the measure of angle DBC is also 30 degrees. Next thing we're going to talk about is angle addition. It's the same exact idea as segment addition. So segment addition says if C is between A and B, that means AC equals CB. Same idea for angles. So let's draw a picture here. Leave some space over here because we're going to put another example here. So if we put an angle way over here, I know I didn't give you too much room, sorry about that. Let's do X, Y, and Z, and we'll put W there. If I told you that the measure of WYZ, so WYZ, was 37 degrees, and the measure of angle XYZ, so that's the whole angle, so the measure of angle XYZ equals 89 degrees, I want you to try and figure out the measure of angle XYW. So XYW. This right here is the angle we're looking for. So it's just like segment addition. We know what the whole angle is. We know one part of it is 37. We've got to subtract to find out what the other piece is. So if you subtract 89 minus 37, you will get 52 degrees. All right. Now, actually, instead of putting an example here, let's just use this one. Let's look at this example. So, of course, we're not just going to leave it at numbers. We're going to use expressions just like we did for segment addition. So, IT is the angle bisector of angle JIM. So, let's always draw a picture. So, we've got angle JIM. So, J, I, M. And IT is an angle bisector. So we've got that. And since it's being bisected, we know that those two angles are equal. All right, let's see what else we can label. So the measure of angle JIM, so that's the whole angle, is 14x plus 2. Their measure of angle JIT, so let's see, JIT is 36. So that is 36. We're trying to solve for x. So we need to set up an equation. We know that this whole angle is 14x plus 2. So the whole angle is going to equal something. We've got to add these two angles together. But we know this is an angle bisector. So if the measure of angle JIT is 36, the measure of angle TIM is also 36. And then we just use angle addition. So 36 plus 36. And then from there we solve. So 14x plus 2 equals 72. Subtract 2 from both sides. 14x equals 70. And if we divide by 14, we should get x equals 5. X equals 5. So just so you have this for your notes, this is the measure of angle JIM equals the measure of angle JIT plus the measure of angle TIM. And then we plug in what we know. All right, that's it for this lesson. I will see you in the next video.